afternoon, everyone. How are you feeling today?
Fine, thank you.
Fine, thank you. You sure? Had a great morning. No, why?
Tired.
Tired?
Stop.
Did you eat lunch? Why some of y'all didn't tell lunch? Alright, well, I don't want to bore you too much, so what we are going to do this afternoon, we are going to do something called housekeeping. We are going to discuss housekeeping. Alright, and if you look on the board, there is a word cloud, which is a house with some words in it. And if you see that there's housekeeping. Alright? I want you to look at this word cloud here and take some words from this word cloud that pertains to housekeeping. I just want to know what you think, what's your thought of housekeeping by just taking two words from it that represent housekeeping. I give you 5 seconds to do so. So I'm going to use my fingers and I'm going to count down. Right? So this is 1 second. You can take 2 seconds. 3 seconds.
Water. Cleaning.
Just a while. 4 seconds. 5 seconds. So 5 seconds is over. I hope everybody have the 2 words to give me. I'm not just going to ask you what first you can volunteer themselves. I'm going to call you to tell me the 2 words. I hope that everybody have their 2 words, right? So, the first person I would like to call to give me their 2 words is Harry. Tell one Harry.
Yes, cleaning
Cleaning.
and water.
And what?
And cleaning and
You said something before. What is it?
water.
Water. Okay, that's good. Let me see what I'm going to call. I'm going to call an Anderson. Something to pertain, the words are right there, something pertaining to housekeeping.
Life hazards.
Hazards. Let's see. Anything else?
Healthy.
Huh?
Healthy.
What is that?
Healthy.
Healthy. Okay, good. Those 2 words are not here, but those words are they are pertaining to housekeeping, but they're not there. So let me see who else I would like to call. Kingston.
That's guideline.
Guidelines.
Guideline.
What?
Guide.
Guide. Guideline is there.
Good things.
And
Good things.
good things. Okay. Let me see who else I will call. That was you. Safety and life. Yes, that pertains to housekeeping. Grunt. What do you think? Your 2 words.
Fallen places.
All of places. Good. Let me see. Mars.
Here's tool
Tools
and face mask.
and face mask. Good. So, all of these words here, they are pertaining to housekeeping. And I know that you guys read some of those words already. You're getting 2 words already. And then we will see how these words that are here, how is it pertaining to housekeeping. The next thing I would like to know is, do anybody know what really is housekeeping? What really is housekeeping?
Keep the house clean. Safe.
Good. Keeping your house safe, clean, and protected.
Then the maintenance of the house.
Maintenance of the home, the house. Anybody else?
Yes, cleansing, cleanliness from keeping house from hazard.
Okay, cleanliness from keeping the house from hazard. Okay, so let's just see what housekeeping is. Right? Housekeeping. Housekeeping refers to the management of duties and chores. Right? Right? The management of duties and chores. And it involves in running of the household such as cleaning, cooking, washing, home maintenance, shopping and bill payments. These tasks may be performed by the member of the house or by other person hired for the purpose. But when it comes to industrial or when it comes to the workplace, you will have to take charge and do the housekeeping. Your housekeeping will be different. It will be housekeeping to your floor, to your work area, to your machines.
Yes.
Right? So your housekeeping will be to those things. Right? It won't be cooking the food. That's no cooking, right? It will be to the machine because we make things. So we need to ensure that our machine is well maintained, clean and all of those things, right? Good. So, would you want to work in a workshop looking like this?
No.
Well, yeah.
Why wouldn't you want to work in a workshop looking like this? Because it's dirty, right? And it has a lot of hazards, right? Good. So, if you don't do housekeeping, things can happen. But we will get into that in a while. What about this workshop? Would you want to work in this workshop? Why?
The floor looks clean.
Floor look clean, right?
Clean.
And
The
you can keep hazard and everything in place, and you can hardly spot an hazard. Right? So this is the definition between a poor housekeeping and good housekeeping, right? Good. Good housekeeping is the foundation of a safe, healthy, and pleasant workplace. Just like this one that we have. Pleasant, clean, safe. It's not like this one, full of hazards, dirty. It doesn't look safe for you to work in either, right? And things are not put properly in place. And it's not clean. It is essential that all areas be kept clean, orderly, and with all necessary things in the proper places, right? So this workshop is a suitable workshop that you can work in. So that's why your workshop needs to be clean and everything put in place, right? So I hope that you guys now understand the reason why we want every workshop clean also, right? Because we want it to be safe, clean, right? Good. Poor housekeeping can be a cause of a variety of incidents or accidents. So to avoid these hazards, a workplace must maintain order. So it must maintain order. So housekeeping is basically, when you clean up, you are keeping yourself safe from things happening to you, right? Housekeeping is not the responsibility of just Sobers. It's not the responsibility of Harry. It's not the responsibility of Shimi. But whose responsibility? Everybody needs to play a part. So you can't be lazy, because if you be lazy, you can cause accidents to happen to someone or even yourself. Right? So housekeeping is not about just a single person doing the work. Right? So housekeeping is not just being cleanliness. It includes keeping the work area orderly, neat, maintaining walls and floor free from slip, trip hazards, and removing of waste materials like paper or cardboards, right? So I have a video here where we will view this young man, this gentleman talking about good housekeeping. Okay? So let me play this video for you.
Good housekeeping isn't only for your house. It has as much to do with cleanliness as it does with maintaining safety. No matter what kind of job you do or environment you work in, good housekeeping habits are a part of our everyday lives. A well-maintained workspace allows you to effectively manage your tools, materials, and the tasks at hand. And of course, it makes clean up a whole lot easier. It's not
Maintain area is effective for what? Anybody can tell me?
good housekeeping.
Speak on, listen carefully.
It has as much to do with cleanliness as it does with maintaining safety. What kind of job you do or environment you work in, good housekeeping habits are a part of our everyday lives. A well-maintained workspace allows you to effectively manage your tools, materials, and the tasks at hand. And of course, it makes clean up a whole lot easier. It's not just a matter of appearances. A clean workplace helps to protect us from slips, trips, and falls, health hazards, and also reduces the chances of things like fires and exposure to hazardous materials and vapors. So if good housekeeping reduces the chances of hazards, why do we tend to overlook it and develop less favorable behavior? Well, let's discuss some of the reasons. One of the most prominent seems to come from the idea that as long as no one has been injured before, what is the point of observing good housekeeping policies? We think it just can't happen to us. In other words, we take our safety for granted, rather than seeing it as something we can maintain through our actions. Now, in this presentation, we will discuss good housekeeping procedures, the basics you need to know to keep your workplace clean, orderly, and under control. This knowledge and training will help you in preventing housekeeping habits that lead to injury, illness, and even death.
Good housekeeping keeps your workplace safe. So once you clean
At
up,
first glance, good housekeeping may seem wrong, but it saves time because it prevents bigger problems and hazards.
Right.
Take, for example, workplaces like these.
so this is the video. It's short. It has more video to it, but I would just want it to be that short, right? Good. So you must take care of, as the man said in the video, you must take care of the floor, the workspace where you work, and it must be clean at all times, right? And because it prevents a whole lot of things or things happening to you, accidents from happening to you, injury, and even death, right? Because if you don't do these things, you can be injured, right? So, what's the big deal? Employees should be aware of arising from poor housekeeping, hazards arising from good housekeeping. So you must be aware of hazards, right? You must know what is an hazard, right? And anybody can tell me what's an hazard? What? Dangers that can affect you
In workplace or at home.
or at home, correct? Anybody else? Anything that can cause accident? Anyone else? Good. So basically what everyone said, that is it. Things that can cause accident, things that can cause your death, cause some kind of life-threatening in keeping improved safety, efficiency, and quality at the same time. Plus, bonus, it's easier to find things, right? It's easier to find things. So workplace must maintain order throughout a work day. This effort requires a great deal of management and planning that shouldn't be the responsibility of a single person, as we said before. Workplace housekeeping is an ongoing activity in which every member of the job force does their part to ensure a clean, cluster-free work environment. So we have to do our part. Each and every one of us here have to do our part. When we go into the working industry, we have to do our part. Even if there's some industry that their work areas is be very dirty, and you should not be working in such condition. Never to work in such condition. They have to have that cleanup. Right? They have to have that cleanup. Good. So let's move on to our next slide. Good housekeeping is a day-to-day activity and should not be viewed as a separate task or something to do after the shift. You won't say, I'll do it later. Cleanup time is all the time. You never know if the trap is set. You never know. So housekeeping, you must do housekeeping at all times. Let me give you an example. For instance, you're working on the centimeter and you notice that the center lathe, the area, it needs some oil in the lathe. So you're walking with your oil bottle, carrying the oil, and the oil bottle you didn't notice it was open. And when you go to lift it, some oil come out on the floor. You say, man, I left the fillet on. You gone away, the thing trickling through. You throw it in the lathe. I left the fillet, I walk in, put back the thing. Next, your colleague coming through, slip on the oil cord and break some part of his body. Now, it can happen to you. You now going back to carry the bottle, and you slip and fall. And what happened? You break some part of your body, right? So that is why it's important that you do it now. The oil fall down now. I'm going to clean it up now so that no accident will happen. So that's good housekeeping. You're not waiting for later. You're doing it now. So that's why they're saying that good housekeeping is day-to-day activity, and at all times you must perform housekeeping. Effective housekeeping is an ongoing operation. It is not a one-time or hit and miss cleanup. A hit and miss cleanup. Right? It does occasionally. Now let me hear the term housekeeping is done before, during, and after work. So you do it before you start working, and you do it during your work. If you mess up the place during the work, you clean it during the work. You don't wait for it to clean after. And after you clean up. So it's an ongoing thing. You keep doing it, keep ensuring that the place is safe and clean. Good. So housekeeping guidelines. There's some housekeeping guidelines that we must go through. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 guidelines here. There's more guidelines, but I have 5 here. So I would like 1, 2, 3, 4. There's the 3 of you, the 3 of you. Oh gosh, the 3 of you and the 2 of you. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I would like you guys to take from the first room to run. You will take place tools equipment. You will take that to discuss it and give me a nice little explanation on it. Please place tool. Then castly group, keep stairways. You're going to read that and give me a nice little explanation on it. Then this group here, 1, 2, and 3, you will take remove protruding objects such as nails, spikes, wire, or other sharp points. You're going to read that and give me a nice little explanation. Christopher and Sobers will do keep work benches and station free from items. I'll give you a nice explanation. Let me go to the first one. Keep work area neat and tidy. As we said before, housekeeping, we must clean up, we must keep the area tidy so that we can eliminate hazards, eliminate slip, trips, and falls. So we must do those things so that we can be safe. So I will guys 2 minutes to discuss, and exactly 2 minutes we are going to come back and you are going to give me your little explanation. A representative from each group will come up and
All three be
give us our little explanation and the point. So I will ask the group that they're on to come up and not everyone, just be brief.
Place food, equipment, and supply in correct places. Basically, this is telling you do not leave tools or equipment lying around because it could create hazard or it could affect someone like a
Thank you very much. Very good.
Keep stairways and other walkways free from doors, doors, and other objects. Food trash and approval container. This briefly explains about the central hazards to avoid any injuries or accidents to occur in workplace.
Thank you very much.
Objects such as nails, pipes, wire, and other sharp parts. This guideline tells us that our place must be clean if there is foul anything and we want to go into the cell. And so I can't leave no wire or sharp tools to the colleagues and so on.
Okay, wonderful.
People are recommended material items that might not be used or work on a present. That is like all these people are there clean when they are not using item or things like that. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Protruding objects such as nails, pipes, and wire, or other sharp things. Protruding objects is object that, like for instance, we have a rack in our shop, and we just there's a rack, material rack. So if we have a sharp object here, turn to the side that we walk in or walk in, what can happen?
So injure yourself.
Somebody can injure themselves, they can get caught. So that's why we need to pack these things properly. We need to ensure that they're packed and safe so that anybody's walking and they get caught. Sometimes swing the hand and the hand will caught. So that's why we gotta pack these things so that we won't injure ourselves, right? Let's move on to the rest. Place oily rags in the metal containers provided. So we use oil. We clean machine hands and we get oily rags. You don't leave them on the floor. You don't leave them about the place. You place them in container, you discard them, throw them away. Right? So the reason why we have to do that, we don't want them on the ground. If they go on the ground, what will happen? Correct. Paper cups, plates, and lunch debris, including trash, must be thrown into the appropriate trash cans. And these are some things that I know this class is good because at the end of the day, in the night when I'm walking around, I see plastic bag, box, cups, and a whole lot of stuff at the back. In the classroom, juice bag, straw, everything leave there. So you need to discard of those things and put in the correct bin, right? To avoid skin irritation, wash frequently using soap and water. Wear gloves when handling substances that may cause irritation. We have something that we use at the back here to clean this machine. When you put it on your hand, it kind of get your hand sore. It didn't come for a while, but when you're using those things, you gotta ensure to line it up so that you don't get burned from it. Right? Cigarette butts. We don't smoke in here. So I don't think we should talk about cigarette butts. So good housekeeping is a team effort, and a team is made up of individuals. The individual employee's responsibility is as follows: keep work area clean, neat, tidy, and free from excessive material. at all times. So it must be clean at all times. And it's not about Cassidy, you got to clean up. Or Cassidy, I throw it all along there, you won't clean it up. It's not about that. If you throw it in the aisle, you got to clean it. Or Cassidy, oh gosh, Cassidy, you come today, and I throw it inside. I left it inside, so Cassidy, when you come, you clean it up. But it's your responsibility also. Your responsibility to get the workshop clean so that we can be safe, so that we can work in a safe environment and be more dangerous, because I don't want to have no broken bones. It's very painful. I don't want to have no trips and fall. And also, as Ms. Fayla spoke to you persons about back injury, you can have a back injury by slip, trip, and fall too, right? So me want a back injury because I need a window. So I'm doing shift, clean area during the shift, before, during, and after, to constantly put trash in the proper trash bin. Do that to keep the floor free from excessive material. We're just going over the things that we do. And ensure that our aisles and walkway are clear, unobstructed, and in good order, to ensure that materials are stocked correctly and safely in the correct places. So the files and so on, that's why we pack them up and put them neatly. Because we want them all over the place. Because injuries, right? But these are some other things. This information will be posted to your group, your classroom, your Google Classroom, where you will get to read over, where to go over your work. So, to do an informal housekeeping inspection of the area on a daily basis and rectify housekeeping hazards. Like I told you, in the night before me and Miss Phil go, we just got warm the old bookshop. That's why we see all them straw, all them bottle, sometimes them plastic they are eat with. There's always see all of these things. Sometimes people is like pools all outside. There's always they will put them back in the car because we take a walk, inspect the area before we leave. Right? So monitor that no items are stocked in no stock areas such as under fire equipment and electrical stuff. Right? So if for a housekeeping person or you working in an environment and there's an hazard that you see, even that electrical one, what will you do? Clean it up? Can you trouble you do not an electrician?
Report it.
Good, so you report it. You report if you cannot fix a hazard, you report it immediately. You don't let it for later. You do it immediately, right? Good. Remember, a place for everything and everything in its place always. So we need to put things in place at all times. We need to report things that we can fix